Welcome back. My name is Nick, and I have Kyle Pecco with a 0 on Instagram here with me. He's a super talented artist. He also helps designs a lot of our cool shirts. If you go to Best Nerdy Shirts, you can find our cool Severance merch. We have our Outie shirts. We also have his Dark Materials. We have Dune stuff and Raised by Wolves. You name it. We've been trying to cover all the different stuff here. And today we're going to be talking about Helly R, one of our favorite characters in Severance. She's the fire of the group. She wakes up everyone, and it's gonna be so much fun doing the deep dive. But for this month of comments, the month of February, we have a winner. Kyle has the winner.
Yes, we do. I have on my phone the winner, and that is History Eraser Button. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for commenting. We know you've been a part of this channel for a while now. Thank you so much. Just so everyone knows, every comment is entered to win at the end of the month. We're finding the best way possible to do a random shuffle. Right now, we're just kind of scrolling and stopping on the back end. We are going to find a better solution to this. I promise you. Don't know yet, but I will figure it out. We have a couple more months to figure it out, so it's 100% legit. I'm going to reach out to you, History Eraser Button. And for people who wanted the past, Chris Wiz, Kimchi, Megan, thank you so much, everyone, for commenting.
Yes, thank you.
It's been so much fun. You get to pick your own shirt, too, from our website. But today, we are going into some Severance deep dives and lores and breakdowns and theories and unanswered questions. Helly R.
The whole 9 yards. Oh, yeah.
Who are you?
Okay, so
or should we say the whole severed floor?
Yes, even better. So, like I was saying last time, Helly R is her not her mantra, that's not the right word. Like her sort of theme, her character theme is justice.
Yeah.
Right? I feel that she feels shortchanged, that she is in a perpetual corporate nightmare.
Yes.
And she's willing to kill herself for it.
Yeah. Live free or die. No, yeah. Live free or die, right? Basically, right?
Yeah. Live free or die trying or something.
You're something like that. Yeah.
Wait. Live free or die hard.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Or is that a movie? Die Hard? I think
yeah.
that's a movie. Anyway, back to Severance. That was so good. Totally forgot about that movie.
All right,
hold on. All right, let's get back on track here. All right, where am I?
They blow up the Congress building, but it's a fake. It's like, that's what could have happened. Like,
okay,
cool.
So,
right, what?
Helly R. One thing that's great about Helly R's character, she's the first character we are introduced with. We basically wake up with her in this weird scenario, not knowing what's going on or even anything about the show or anything. And she's our Harry Potter into the Severance world. Harry Potter's great. He's our way into the wizarding world. We learn everything through him. Everyone else there has been there and knows magic and stuff. Severance, it's like, oh yeah, this is how you have to input these things on the computer. This is this. Oh, you can't do that. You can't sneak stuff out. Like, we're learning the rules through Helly R. And Helly R is breaking all the rules.
I feel like she is the you know how in like some comedy sketches they have the everyman?
Yeah.
Who is just like going like, are you guys see? Is this for real?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
She's that, but it's not. There's nothing funny about it. She's like, what?
Yeah. No.
What is
basically?
This
she's agreeing with the audience. Like, this is not right.
Yeah. This is weird, right? Yeah.
This is totally out of place, and which is great because she really connects with us.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a great character. She's the one that. So we were talking last episode how PD woke up Mark. And it was so funny because after, thinking about this episode and prepping for it, I was like, yes, PD woke up outie Mark.
Yes.
Helly woke up Innie Mark.
Yes.
And I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh man, because I was like, well, wait a minute, because I was really thinking about that. So it's really because I think it's so hard sometimes we forget to say outie Innie.
Those branch chronologies, man, it's hard to keep track of them sometimes.
So in that episode, we were talking about outie Mark getting awakened by PD. Innie Mark is awakened by Helly R. And it's really cool too because they're complete opposites.
They are in a lot of ways, yeah.
When they first the Innie Mark, Innie Helly. So like they're complete opposites, where she just wants to like break the rules, and he's very much like, nope, we do
Yeah.
not break rules here, or nope, that does not happen. He's the stiff, and she's the fire. Let's do
He's
this.
the
Like,
prickles and
let's
she's
break
the
out.
goo.
Yeah.
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 Basically, and it was really cool because then you see, it wakes him up, and you get to see his caring, loving side for Heliar especially, but for everyone else too in the group.
Yeah. And like I don't know, like I liked Helly's trajectory, right? So like for like the longest time, she was just trying to escape,
Yeah.
and then that those attempts to escape became attempts to truly escape, which is to kill herself, right?
Yeah.
And then it became like, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it might have been a Mark S. That essentially
Gave her hope.
gave her hope, because he's like, hey, I found this, like maybe there's a clue here. And at first she like refused her call,
Yeah.
was like, you know what, nah, I'm out. But then came back around and was like, all right, I'm in. And then that's when she started believing.
Yeah.
And except this time not working by herself but working with others.
Yes. You know what? That's a really good point, because like she's trying to break out, right? It was to the point where like she was gonna cut off her fingers, and that was
Yeah.
like a whole thing, right? She was like, and that it forces her to get the message from her outie,
Yeah.
and the outie's like, you're nothing, you're this, I own you, basically, or it was basically like this whole like, you don't exist, you're only there to serve me, basically.
Yeah.
And that, like, at that point, she realized her arch nemesis is herself.
Yeah.
And the only way to defeat her arch nemesis is to defeat herself, or to kill herself, right? Because by killing herself, it's technically ending both lives, and she wins. Because the only way to get free is to kill herself, right?
Yeah. It's interesting because that's such a philosophical, like a crazy philosophical concept, right? Because of their split chronologies, I mean, deep down they're still the same person, and I think we are going to see more of that in the next seasons. We're going to see that there
we haven't really seen
other avenues to connect.
Helena.
Right. Right. And so like I'm thinking that we're going to realize it's like, we're treating them like they're two different people.
Yeah.
When in actuality they're the same, right? Because each human mind, right? Like think about it. When do you think, like, Nick, when you're like with your parents, do you say you act the same way with your parents than when you're like alone with your friends? Right?
Oh no, you act different around different people.
Exactly. Like we're social creatures. Like we're different with our environments and the people we interact with.
Who you hang out with, right?
Huh?
Yeah, like, and like who you hang out with. There's certain things we talk about, and there's certain things I talk about with other people, and
Exactly.
it's like, obviously depending on what the person's into and who the person is and how
Right.
their personality jives and stuff. Like, yeah, you're different around different people for sure, and she could be different around her papa.
Yeah. Her papa. Yeah.
Her papa.
And like, that's the thing is I think like Helly at the beginning was very adversarial with that other part of herself, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I guess she still is, but she's more subversive. She's less explicit and more implicit with what she wants to do in order to get free or remerge or whatever the end goal of this is, right?
She doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And she'll do anything to get out of there, if it even means to kill herself. And that's what's so interesting. Like, when you first think about when the elevator scene, when she has the cord, right? And she's like about to, she hangs herself and all this stuff. At first, it's really shocking. But then, like, on our second watch, when I was thinking about it, I was just like, Mark told her, well, if you never come back, then you're dead. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, if you leave, you're gone. Like, you're dead. There's that, like, moment where he mentions, like, it's the end of you. And then we also see when Bert's retirement party, Irving's like, don't you see you're killing him? Remember, it was like this thing, like, it was like you're celebrating. It's like this thing, like, once you leave this job or this place, you're basically dead. And I think that just clicks with Heliar when it comes to her sacrificing herself. She's like, hey, if I escape anyways, I'm done anyways. So like, you know, I might as
Right.
well take out the evil Helliar with me kind of thing. So,
Yeah. I mean,
and yeah, go on.
and that scene when she does that, and then the elevator comes up,
Yeah.
and she goes back into outie. Can you imagine? Like when that happens, I just think like, can you imagine like you go down an elevator to go to work, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you wake up being choked to death?
Mm-hmm.
Like, huh?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
That's intense. Yeah.
Man.
No, that's definitely intense. And okay, so now we kind of go into like theory time, I guess, because that's
Yeah.
who Halliar is. And you know, a lot has been revealed already in the first season. She's an Eagan.
Yes.
That's a huge reveal. Like you would think that's almost like a season 2 thing, like how big of a reveal that was. But it also lets us into a lot because she's like the prized one or the golden child of Severance, right?
Yeah.
Milchek, everyone's like, especially with that episode 2, how great they're like, oh, I love seeing that sculpture every morning. You know, did you know his favorite meal was eggs or something like, you know, boiled eggs? You know, it's like almost
it was
like
3 raw eggs, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's like this suck up, right? You know, it's like, you know, oh, we have royalty here kind of thing. You know, it's like everyone's super nice to her, and even the privileges she got as an Innie. I mean, there is to a point where they do put her in the break room to break her, which doesn't work, obviously. It doesn't work because she gets even more extreme after that. But she wakes up everyone, but we know she's the Eagan, and we assume that she's next in line.
Right.
For the throne. Because you're going to be there on my revolving. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, so I'm guessing it's like, it just she's sitting next to him and it rotates one way and it's like, now you're you're in charge of the CEO of Devicer. But that's the kind of idea I have. It's almost like it's not you're like reincarnated as the next CEO, almost like a revolving table of CEOs, and we know she's chipped.
Yes.
Do we know if her dad's chipped? Like, that's a theory I was thinking about too. Like, is he chipped with the previous Egan's memories in his head? And it's like,
does he have a collective conscious chip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously a theory. We won't find that out. It's just something that come to my head. And then the other thing I was thinking about too, they want to spread this to the world, the Severance program. And they want to chip everyone, which is very, as we can see, it's not going to be chipped because I'm guessing they want to switch a switch off and then everyone's their subhuman people that they treat like crap and everything like that. So I'm curious how behind Helena is behind the Severance program.
Right.
How if did she fully drink the Kool-Aid and she's like full support, or she's just doing what her daddy tells her?
I think that season 2, we're going to start to see a window into her world. And I think that these events that happened is going to start making her question.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would my outie... Like, my outie's already tried to kill me. My outie has already done, like, all this extreme stuff. And now she basically hijacked my speech moment, right? At this gala event, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what... Like, at least she's got to be asking, like, something is definitely not right with my Innie. And why though? Like, what's up with that?
It's funny. We saw hints of it at the escape or the stairwell. Remember when she comes out? She's like, "Is this normal? Do they? Man, I really don't want to be in there." Like, remember, like every time she came back out, it was like and then she even like ran through and she fell on the ground. Remember?
Yeah.
She had to get up and she had to. So it's like there's that hint, and then the next thing is the she wants to quit right away, and then she cuts herself escaping. So that she comes with the guy, and we know like what are they really telling her? Like we know with Mark, oh, there was an accident on his head, so here's a gift card to Pips. Remember? So it's like, are they even getting the full story? Supposedly they sent the disc back to Helena, to watch Helliar's video. We don't know if she even watched it. I mean, she could just say, I watched the video. Like, we have no idea. And then for her to wake up, though, with the thing around her neck, there's no denying that. And, like, having the mark around your neck, it's like, what do you say? I was trying to catch a goat? I mean, Like, so it's like one of those things.
That
and
is
now,
one botched goat catching incident right there.
and then
Jeez.
now this with the speech.
Yeah.
She's gonna like wake up in the middle and not remember anything that happens, and there's video footage of other things going on, so she knows. I mean, I have a theory on Irving. Sorry about this. I'm jumping around like crazy.
About
but
Irving?
yes. So Irving out. Should I save this for Irving? Do you think it works?
Probably.
Here?
I mean, if it's
okay.
Well, does it tie to Helly at all?
Well, I want to talk about the way he can't sleep and the subconscious.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an Irving thing. That's
okay.
And believe me, I want to talk about that too.
So Kyle, in the Lexington letter, the main character there is able to communicate with like a childhood language through the subconscious.
Yes, through
Past
like
notes
the
and stuff.
through like the and also like the made up language that they,
but
yeah,
that she came up with as a child.
Yes, yeah,
and because her Innie developed, it's like this childlike language, they were able to pass messages back and forth.
mm-hmm.
And the decoders, if they really are decoders, we don't know. That's a whole other theory in itself.
Yep.
But it wouldn't get detected by the coders, so you were able to sneak in and out messages.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Helly will influence Helena subconsciously? Because she has such a fire to not want to be there. That has to somehow pass the barrier through dreams, through feelings and emotions. Like her rage against Lumen on the inside has to seep through to Helena at some point. Don't you think? I don't know. There's a theory that I can tie together better. I just don't want to spoil it right now with Irving. There's a great theory about the subconscious with Irving, which we're going to talk about with Irving on another chapter. But
I mean, but that's the thing. I don't think we've been shown. So one thing I do with Severance and especially with the characters is the first thing I try to establish is what we know and what we've been shown, right? Which technically is a lot. But one thing I haven't now, maybe you may have noticed it and I didn't, but I haven't seen anything that hints that Helly is having a subconscious connection with her Innie and outie.
Not yet.
Like Irving does, right? So
or Mark. I mean, we don't know if
Mark,
Mark's having a subconscious thing either.
So, well, they communicate a different way.
Yeah, because the sadness comes in with him.
Yeah, so like we've seen with Mark, and they also intuitively speak to each other by with the security card, with some other stuff. But with Helly, it's very explicit. It's almost like just punching someone in the face, like hey, like help, and like of course. It seems like, though, that the similarity that outie and Innie Helly have is they're both very stubborn.
Yeah, feisty.
Yep.
Yeah, they both have a bite to them.
Helly,
like a fire.
Innie Helly is determined to get out, and outie Helly is determined to keep her Innie in her place.
Yeah. They're both fighting. They're both fighters.
Yeah.
For sure. And speaking about the fire, there's a love connection going on between Mark and Helly. And what do you think happens? So, what happens when
Nick,
feelings
sure
merge?
Talk of the birds
no,
and the
but like
bees.
when feelings merge, if Mark gets reintegrated, he knows his wife is still alive. Is Miss Casey even Miss Casey? Is it a clone of Miss Casey or his wife? Is it obviously we have a whole other theory video just on Gemma alone. Miss Casey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is she even fully there at this point?
That is,
you know what I mean?
Well, I mean that's like a whole multifaceted,
And
thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're trying to get at is Helly's involvement in this love triangle, basically.
Because if Gemma's not there, if we find out later on that nothing's left in her original brain because of the accident, and they only salvage a portion of her brain,
if they want. They're gonna. I am willing to bet. That is writer kryptonite. They are going to want to have that as an element in the plot.
Okay, perfect. all right, cool.
She's still in there, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of them might sacrifice themselves for Mark, and then it leaves the other one that maybe there's a love connection to something or.
It is muy complicado, that's for sure.
But she's such a cool character. We learned so much. I'm really excited to see what happens next season. Does Helena freak out, and does she not let her Innie back in?
Yeah.
I mean, does she like, whoa?
Because let's remember,
get out of spotlight, right? Because it's been a publicity. Yeah.
The season finale ended with her getting tackled. That was the last shot we saw of Helly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, do you think they do damage control? Because at this point now, if they don't put her back in, is it going to look bad, like Severance is bad?
Nick.
Or it's like damage control and they go in.
That is one of the reasons I'm coming back to see season 2. I want to see how they handle the damage control, buddy, because I don't know how I do it. I'm not a PR guy, so I don't know.
Well, I know she's slated to be in every episode of season 2.
Oh, you've been doing some reading, have
Yeah,
you?
so is Miss Casey too.
Okay.
Which is interesting because we know she went back down, so it's like, this is very interesting. And also Bert. We haven't seen the end of Bert. Bert's going to be back too. So I'm very interested to see where they go with all this, because on the outside, are we going to see Bert on the outside and not the inside? Are we going to see Helena and not Helly? You know what I mean? Because now it's like, remember, there's 2 characters with every Severance character.
I think we're definitely going to see Helena.
Yeah, I'm excited to see a lot of the outies. But my favorite part of the show is being with the Innies.
Right.
And I really hope season 2 that they remember that and they keep us on the inside. Because if they stray too far from Lumen in this next season, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the show as much with the mystery of Lumen.
Let's just hope they don't clean slate all of them.
Oh, and on that note, we're not going to clean slate you. We are going to outie you so you can subscribe to this channel, watch our videos, comment down below all your theories and stuff too, because we're going to be covering this till season 2 drops. So it might be later in the year. That's why we're starting now, just trying to do as much as we can, just kind of build up to the episode. We have other shows too that we're covering. Succession on HBO Max to Dune. We're doing a lot of cool Dune deep dives and stuff too. We just finished His Dark Materials. There's tons of stuff on His Dark Materials. And we're going to be covering a lot of other shows too that are in the works and coming up. So subscribe to get all the updates, and go to Instagram. Follow Kyle Peckus with a 0 on Instagram. He's a super talented artist. He also helps designs a lot of our cool shirts that you can get, the Best Nerdy Shirts. And there's a lot of stickers and posters and other cool stuff. And we'll see you on the next. Sorry, I had to put. I'm sorry.
Holding in the burp. No.
Dude, I'm so excited for Severance. I can't believe you have to wait so long.
Oh, well, Mark, Helly are off the